Hello there, it's Mike.
And Katie.
It's episode 213.
Transformers, Rise of the Beasts.
This week on Cup of Rad. Autobots, roll out! That's what we did this weekend.
And then what is it? Maximals Maximize? There's a lot of maxing.
Whew, that one's spicy.
I also want to change...
Maximals Maximize.
I want to change it to Rise of the Beasties.
Rise of the Beasties.
Because that sounds like super fun.
Transformers Rise of the Beasties?
I mean, it goes from like intense to cute. And then weirdly dirty, I guess, apparently, with maximizing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, no wonder Justimus Prime loves it.
Please do tell.
Because he was all excited that they maximized.
Maximized.
He can relate.
I'm not going to touch this one.
I haven't either, so.
Aren't you so happy so early on in the podcast you made it into the show?
Well, because there's a reason why.
Because we found him a while Justimus Prime.
Oh, yeah, it was like Pokemon Go. You know what? I should just create that. I need to create that app.
Where's Justimus Prime?
No, that's Where's Waldo.
I know.
I want to make it more like Pokemon.
Just like find him in the wild.
Yeah.
Can
photograph him in the wild.
Okay. I mean,
and then you get points depending on where the photo, quality of photo, and interaction
can you share
with the
with
wild.
Your workplace? Because I'm sure they would love this.
That could be.
He might not like it, but
I think that should just be a thing. I gotta go back to the wild Justimus Prime photos.
Yeah, because there's.
Since I left the bar.
You should have. That would have been fun to have gotten that today.
Yeah. I should have done that.
Upcoming
Thursday.
I'll try to take.
I need to make a highlight.
I'll try to
I should have made a highlight
come
reel
with you, so
I should have made a highlight reel. That should have been my thing on my Instagram story. It should have been a highlight reel. Wild Justimus Prime sightings.
Damn.
That's my new highlight reel. I'm going to start it now.
You can go and find them, can't you? Oh, good times. Surprise. Jesse showed up. That was super fun.
Well, because I asked him today what he was doing. He was like, I'm going to see Transformers. I was like, what time are you going to go see Transformers? And he was like, 1 p.m. I was like, where are you sitting? Oh, we haven't bought tickets yet. I was like, we're in the back row. So
he didn't tell me this. So literally, I was going, and can't believe we actually showed up at the same time. But I would go to walk in, and Jesse was standing out there.
There's a lot of seats.
But then we're sitting there, and this guy just like comes and sits next to me. Like, what the hell is this? No, he was a good moviegoer friend. It was good. It was good.
Yeah,
acceptable. It was kind of fun.
Well, it was so acceptable, we invited him to come see Flash with us.
I know. It was like, okay. Yeah.
But Justimus Prime is not in the high quality Falutin studio with us today.
No, he's not. No. He's just being talked about behind his back.
It's not really behind his back because it'll eventually be in his ears.
But yeah, we went and saw Transformers. So this was a bit of a, we don't know if we were going to go. We had some parental priorities with the kiddo needed to work on a project. So
projects, plural.
Projects.
Just like the beasts.
I'm so excited for these to be over. So he got those far enough done that I think we just kind of made it happen, that we just needed to go to the movie. So,
well, because when we saw Spider-Verse, the last trailer for this one, I was like, you know what, this looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it was, and I'm so glad that we went to the theater for it. It was totally worth that experience. Kiddo was excited that he went too. So, starting off with our quick review, apparently that's where I'm going with that.
Quick review.
Quick reviews on Cabaret. I know you haven't sang like a little like segment Jingle? For a little while.
We're doing that quick review right now. It's gonna be so quick you won't know how. It's such a quick review.
the jingle's gonna be longer than the review.
Longer than the review, or is it? Stay later for the spoilers if you want to hear more. But right now it's a quick review. Quick review.
I should never have told him it's been too long since he's saying
quick review. Now.
Okay.
Now.
Are you done?
I'm channeling my inner diva.
Okay. So yeah, as I said, I'm really happy.
And that's a quick review from Kenny.
I'm done. And your turn.
Well, you wanted it quick, so.
Mm-hmm.
No, go right ahead.
Nope, you go first.
No.
Please.
No, please do. I want to hear what you said.
Nope.
I was being an ass.
You were.
But it was trying to be quick.
And it was still
For
an
comedy.
ass. And it was not funny. At all.
That's fair. Go ahead.
I wish I could mute his mic. Where's the Teams mute button?
I'm just going to drink my beer.
Yeah. I really enjoyed it. I was happy that we went. I really liked the last Bumblebee movie, so I had high hopes for this one, especially after seeing that trailer on Spider-Verse. And it was in your face, and it was less human, more robots. And I really enjoyed that aspect of it, that you got a different, more realistic feeling almost version of them. But it was awesome in the theater, nice and loud. I'm happy with it. Quick review.
Excellent. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Like it definitely was a lot more Transformer, less human, but the humans were likable, I found. And their reasonings for joining felt logistically sound. And yeah.
It didn't feel forced.
No, it didn't feel forced.
Weirdly grandiose.
Yeah, but no one was annoying. Because there was really only 2 humans in the whole movie.
Yeah, exactly. You just had the only extra ones were giving reasons for Noah to really care about what he was doing and some backstory for him. Otherwise, it wasn't a love story either. Yeah, which is, I think, a big thing.
It felt like there was gonna be moments of it, but it veered away.
Yeah, and I think that's what I remember so much from the first trilogy, right? Yeah. Or not a trilogy. I lost track on how many.
No, it was a trilogy, and then they changed.
Then it wasn't Shia LaBeouf anymore. Yeah. Shia LaBeouf. How do you say his name? Shia LaBeouf?
That dude. Wiki.
It was so much of a love story. And that's what I remember more than anything from it. And
I still like the first one. I think the first one was still pretty cool. Yeah. The second one had like the weird robots that were like the tiny robots that were also like kind of offensive.
Oh yeah.
And like there was like and then like the third one, the only thing I ever really remember of it was when Optimus is all, grabs his shotgun and he's like, "We're gonna kill them all," right? I was like, I'm in. I don't remember the rest of the movie, but like. He had a pump action shotgun and was like...
I'm game. Yeah. Yeah, I don't really remember them. I remember the tiny irritating robots and the irritating government agents.
Yeah. The government agents were in all of them.
They were obnoxious. Yeah. So obnoxious. Anyways, we got on a tangent on that. Just reminding ourselves why they were terrible movies.
Yeah, like Bumblebee was good. I really like Bumblebee. That one really felt like it was more robot, less human, and it was like human was very likable. I never really dug the Mark Wahlberg ones. They just seemed too grand.
Yeah. Well, and to me, I feel like they were forgettable. Yeah. So, when you don't... This one here, Bumblebee was rememberable enough. Rememberable. I don't know. Memorable would have been the better word.
Rememberable. That's a new couple rad word. People put that on a t-shirt. Rememberable.
I like it. I like it a lot. Not just memorable. You won't just remember it. It's rememberable.
Yeah. You will remember how memorable it was. Rememberable. That should be in a coffee cup.
Right? This coffee is helping me rememberable.
Yeah.
Jesse would appreciate that.
But I need 3 of these so it's rememberable.
But I think there's enough big action scenes for it. Yeah. And a lot of, it wasn't over the top. It wasn't corny and ridiculous, but there was enough of like, oh my gosh, yes moments that it is memorable. Rememberable.
You're always going to be rememberable-ing this.
I know. I love it so much.
No, I totally get it. Like, I was actually really impressed with Pete Davidson as Mirage. Yes. Like, because he gave him such a human element but he wasn't annoying. He wasn't
obnoxious.
There was only a couple times, but like, there was like...
But it fit his character okay.
Yeah, But yeah, there was like nothing that was like blaringly, oh dear God, I need to roll my eyes at. It was just like the really young kind of Transformer that was just like, you know.
Well, he never did something. There was one time he did something stupid where I'm like, are you kidding me? But everything else was like he had really good intentions and he was a really good guy. He wasn't goofy. He wasn't over the top and ridiculous, but he was flashy.
Yeah. And it fit the car.
And it fit it, right? So yeah, no, it was, and I think having a smaller team of them helps because then they can each have a bit more of their own style show up, you know, when you don't have too much going on because it didn't really fit with that vibe. I mean, it'd be one thing if it was a prequel and they were on their homeworld and all that sort of stuff, but you know, go from there with.
And the Maximals were cool to see. Like
they were awesome. I think I had a cheetah toy when I was young.
The cheetah?
The cheetah. I think so. So the Maximals were another one of those things where I thought I had imagined it.
Man, you thought you had a great imagination.
I know, and I don't at all. But I apparently thought I dreamed really large, and I don't remember any of this stuff anymore, right? And it wasn't any kudos.
I dreamed so good. I had a toy of it.
You know what?
Manifested.
No, it wasn't that. It was just like, do I trust my own memory or not?
Yeah.
Like I thought. I don't have a good memory. That's where I thought it wasn't imagination. I was just like, okay, am I? But I mean, where else would I have gotten all these ideas?
Yeah.
Opposed to say kids now, where they literally could have watched someone playing with it, so it could be a false memory of their own. But where else would I have gotten these memories? So, but Maximals are another one of those things where I saw it and I was like, wait a second, they are real.
So like, okay, on my journey with the Maximals, I just thought. I always just assumed the Maximals were just something happened and Optimus Prime turned into Optimus Primal.
Yeah, I didn't know.
I didn't realize that they were like two separate beings until later on in the whole mythos, like when they brought out that other cartoon like this, and then I was like, wait, hold on.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought that was.
Well, that's one thing with learning a little smidgen story about them.
Yeah. In
this, right?
Yeah.
Very little still, of course. It's just much more about their actual time on Earth more than anything, right?
Yeah.
So
I guess we should give the people a break.
I was gonna say before we start talking,
run away.
It is spoiler time. Folks.
Spoiler time, yo.
So if you have to leave because you haven't gotten to seen it, I hope that you come back. If you
and we talk about what we liked or disliked or loved or hated within the spoiler territory.
So if you have to leave, thanks for joining us. If you're hanging out, spoilers. Here we go.
Spoiler time.
Oh God, he's back to so many noises. Half of this podcast is going to be Mike making noises.
Better with my mouth.
Oh God. Okay. Continue on.
Finish that. Quote. So tonight we're drinking Dino Sour.
He doesn't even drink that much of it.
Phillips Brewing and Malting Co. A blackberry sour ale.
You know what I would like to politely say? Philip, screw you and your delicious beer. Because I can't stop drinking it. Because it's so damn good.
Yeah, so Dinosaur Blackberry Sour Ale packs a delightfully tart bite soured with a house-cultured lactose strain. Blackberries are added pre- and post-fermentaceous periods, balancing sour flavors with fresh berry sweetness.
And it has dinosaurs and palm trees on it.
Yeah.
Most important.
It's a T-Rex eating blackberries.
His hands are long enough to eat the blackberries.
I know. Because
the Triceratops has a blackberry strapped to it.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, and one of them is carrying a blackberry. The other one, the other day, the Brontosaurus had a strawberry on its head.
Yeah, I've
been sharing pictures of the cans.
We had a strawberry rhubarb sour, and then we also had pit stone fruit.
That one was so good.
That was peach. For those that don't know what stone fruit is.
It was peach, but it was nectarine and apricot as well. It was all of them, which gave this like extra like dimensions.
It was good,
which is why it's called stone fruit.
Yeah, we've bought also like a taster pack with like a pale ale, a hazy pale ale, and this is
a peach white ale,
peach ale. Yeah, so like we've been drinking that too. So like beer on beer. It's summer, yo. We just got our drink on.
So as I say politely, screw you, Phillips, and your delicious beer.
It's tasty. It's really tasty. And like all the cans, look them up. Their cans are dope as fuck. Like,
this is the reason why we bought them originally.
Yeah.
By the way, I also would like to point out I did not break the explicit warning. You did. That's where we bought them.
But I'm like The Rock. I'm allowed one, and it doesn't count.
Are you saying you're allowed things that I am not? Are we gonna go there?
Per the contract. You're allowed. You're allowed one.
Okay, I'll find an inopportune time to use it.
This is completely out of context.
Yeah. I really feel like we had been drinking pre-drinking.
We already had one earlier,
like way hours earlier. But so you know what they actually waited around here for? Spoilers. On Transformers.
Yeah, they want to get spoiled on.
The Beasties.
They want to get spoiled all over that.
Oh my good gracious. Focus, Mike.
So the
spoil all over the Beasties.
The best joke in the entire movie was
we're just work friends.
We're just work friends. Work friends? You've been inside of me. Best joke in the movie.
All the adults in the theater cracked up hysterical. All the kids, what the hell are they all laughing at?
Yeah.
And then Kiddo, when we were walking out and we were laughing about that again, and he's like, I really want to know why you guys are laughing. And I'm like, I'm just going to just ignore him. And then I thought about it. I'm like, if he's going to push, I'm just going to be like, dude, it's a sex joke. And just let it be. And he'll probably be like, okay, whatever.
Yep.
But
yeah,
that was seriously the best line.
Yeah. That made me laugh harder than I think I should have. Like,
right?
It was just like, it was so well done too.
Because it was so well delivered. Yeah. Because they just moved on.
Yeah. Without
it actually being a joke in the movie.
Yeah.
You know? And because it was such a literal thing, so that say Kiddo would be like, well, yeah, he was.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's funny, but okay. Yeah. Like, it's just a statement, right? Yeah.
So that was probably one of the best jokes in the movie. Mm-hmm. It was really good. The kid that's in it is from In the Heights and Hamilton. Mm-hmm. So
I knew I recognized him, but I didn't know why.
So the director also directed Creed 2, which actually we haven't never seen, and some TV too. But you could tell this movie had a lot of like love for Transformers in it, because there was so much action with the Transformers.
You know what I liked is that there wasn't an over-the-top unnecessary amount of them breaking apart and moving back and forth. When they transformed, they needed to transform. It made sense. Or when they moved around, it wasn't like, look what I can do, and like flashy. Yeah, right. I think the coolest transformation was the first time when Noah's inside Mirage and he's turned around backwards, and then Mirage reshifts himself and changes to go forward. Yeah. And I thought that was a really cool first introduction for Noah, being like, we already know something's wrong because the car's driving by itself. Yeah. Secondly, it just literally changed. It shifted around. So what the hell's happening? Yeah. And so it wasn't that just it changing into the robot was the first introduction of like what's going on, right? Yeah. So that was pretty fun. But yeah, it wasn't like crazy Matrix ninja fighting of them.
It was pretty, even when we got to the big battle at the end, it was pretty It was literally wide.
Like punching people.
Yeah. And that was pretty epic though. Like that whole end battle there where
Optimus was super badass.
Where you were seeing like the Maximals and all that, like taking down the like scorpion looking like things.
Well, I like that they actually got big like robots themselves, right? Yes, they're maximized. I like that they got big. It was super awesome. It was like so exciting to see, and it made me happy. Is that better?
You liked it when they got big.
I did.
Yeah, you liked it when they grew.
I did. You know,
Yeah.
it
was more than meets the eye.
It was more than meets the eye.
But yeah, there was that was super cool. Like, but it was so much more visceral of fighting.
Yes.
Than any of the other Transformers movies.
Yes.
Like they were like tearing them apart. Like even that was one of the things.
Well,
though,
any of them
right
when
from
they
the
got
beginning.
injured, right?
Like the first when Scorch there comes to the planet with the Maximals.
Yeah.
And like rips off the guy's arm.
Right?
Like
it was, and right out the gate, it was like, wow, this was intense then. Yeah. Because he just decimated him.
Mm-hmm.
Peter Dinklage was, is it Scourge? Yeah. Scorch or Scourge? I wasn't sure if it was Scourge, like Scout, Scourge. The guy that eventually, when you ripped his face off, looked like Ultron. That's all I could think of when I saw it. I know he was not a robot. I know that. So anyone who gets up on their high horse, obviously I know he's different looking. But little demonic, soul slave.
Scourge.
To
Scourge.
Scourge. Okay. Scourge. What was the bad guy's name again? I would like you to clarify.
No. What did you think it was? What did you think it was?
I may or may not have originally called it Omicron. And I was like, why do I know that name? That seems oddly familiar. Also planet destroying. Also just COVID.
Not Unicron.
Not Unicron.
Planet devouring space robot.
Yeah. Omicron was named after Unicron. I get it.
Sure.
That. Sure. Yeah. That thing was scary. But it it infected Scourge, what is it? And was controlling him basically, which was pretty intense. Yeah. There.
He had all these different Autobots and Decepticons and symbols he would rip off them and weld onto them.
That was brutal, ripping things off of them and keeping these trophies and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so when Optimus took him down, holy freaking hell, ripped his head off. And then
pushed him into lava.
Burns him, just is screaming at him that he's basically tired of this bullshit.
Yeah.
And then
I'm tired of this.
And then he rips his head off, and then he grabs the symbol for Bumblebee, and
this belongs to a friend of mine.
I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
That was intense.
Yeah, Optimus definitely is, I think, is angry in this movie.
Well, so there was a few times where I was a little irritated with him because it was hard because I liked that he was much more emotional and real feeling. He wasn't this shining Superman. Yeah. Because in the original ones, he felt much more like a Superman, like an old man.
Yeah.
I am wise and I know all. And
I have all the power.
I have everything. Yeah. And this one, he seems frazzled and angry and broken. And I liked the real feeling, but also there was a few times where I'm like, dude, you're really starting to irritate me because you're not I want a little bit of that hope. I want a little bit of that. But when it got to that, then it was
he had no hope. They killed Bumblebee.
I know. And I totally understand. So I had to, every single time I felt irritated, I'm like, nope, dude deserves to be a complete freaking a-hole. Right. I got it. And so when he did come around, and even though he was still very angry and visceral feeling, and yet he was now seeing that light and that unity and that hope, even if it was, okay, well, shit, I don't know what we're going to do now. He still could feel a little bit more okay with being stuck on Earth. Yeah. And so that made me feel better. And so it was all part of that development though. Yeah. And so it was a struggle sometimes throughout it where I kind of had to talk myself back off of it, but then wanting to know, only because of the cartoon that was out. Mm-hmm. I mean, I know they're not connected, but at the same time, having a bit more of an understanding of why he's so angry. Yeah. Why he's so broken and all that sort of stuff. And, just that one more loss, that one more problem. Because when Bumblebee died, though, holy crap, it
was so sad too because he grabs the axe and he comes flying. You're thinking at least a hit off on Scourge, and then he just gets shanked.
Nothing, right? I'm like,
and then electrocuted till he dies.
It was so sad. That whole battle scene there, oh damn, you guys just got your asses handed to you.
They did.
And I didn't know how it was going to continue.
Yep.
And quickly finding out that there's only one. Because I'm like, okay, well, there's just one Maximal. Like, where the hell are the other ones?
Mhm.
And now it made so much more sense so quickly, right?
Yeah.
But I liked having the involvement of the humans made sense on how they got connected. It wasn't this big, huge, weird puzzle piece to put together,
Well, like, it's like the original Transformer, it was just like this, like, romance. It was a romance, but this was like, wait, hold on, we can use this guy.
Yeah,
we can actually, he can get in where we can't go. We should totally use him.
Yeah. Right? Yeah, it wasn't like, I just want to be friends with the human.
Yeah.
I want to know what's going on with them. It's like, no, we can't do the thing that needs to be done.
Yeah.
So the thing I was irritated about that I mentioned before, spoilers, was when they're rushing the main console there, and Mirage is supposed to be distracting Scourge, and the Noah and Elena are underneath, and he falls down on the grate, and he says their name, and I'm like, dude, you were supposed to make sure that they didn't get seen.
Yeah.
And you literally said, hey, Scourge, by the way, my friends are down here, and I just wanted to slap him.
That is fair.
So
that is fair.
That was the most frustrating moment of the movie.
Yeah.
And that's that moment where you look at him and you're like, dude, just a kid, shut your face. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
But Bumblebee didn't die.
But wait, Bumblebee, who didn't die? I mean, he did die. He was reincarnated.
He was jolted back to life because apparently in Peru, there's tons of raw energon everywhere. And then...
So they must have brought either a meteor or when they landed there, basically. So
then when the portal gets, like, activated, it sets out a pulse that creates the energon.
Yeah, gives them the power and the energy in the energon.
So it was pretty dope to have Bumblebee come back, though. Like,
that was such an epic intro.
Right? Don't call it a comeback.
Yeah.
But he just jumps out and he just like...
Like you saw it, you knew it was going to happen. Yeah. Because you saw it all show up on the thing.
Shiny.
I was like, holy crap, wait a second.
Yeah.
And then, when he shows up and then he just kicks ass. He comes flying out of there and just ripping stuff up in the air. Oh. Yeah. That was fantastic.
This had a lot of really cool Transformer on Transformer action.
Yeah.
Like, just the battle scenes were really, really cool. Mm-hmm. And we weren't really dealing with, like, them having to figure out how to, like, avoid the humans or not try to. It was
in the middle of a city either. I mean, they were in giant forests.
There were just some really cool battle scenes. The thing I thought was the weirdest was when Mirage got, like, totally destroyed and then, like, somehow gave Noah, like, a power suit.
Yeah, so that was when Iron Man showed up to fight Ultron.
Yeah.
And
right. That was kind of weird, but at the same time, like, I kind of dug it because Noah wasn't a bitch about it. Like, he saw his friend basically die and, like, was like,
it was that ultimate teamwork idea, right?
Yeah.
And it was, I think there was a trust between the two of them.
Yeah.
Because for Noah, I think it had always so much been his family, understandable, that issue. Yeah. And what they had talked about, with references to his job interviews, was obviously a problem when he was in the army about being a team player. And this was that test there of not just thinking about what he needed, but thinking about what's best for everyone. And so just that acceptance of it, and really caring about someone, that was a step forward. So it was cool, but it was also weird.
There was just, like, some moments where it was like became like this. He became Iron Man. He became a superhero, right?
Yeah.
And he kind of looked like a Power Ranger, like one of those, like, 6th Rangers that would just, like, show up in an episode where you're just like, where did this 6th Ranger guy come from? He's mysterious. Is he good? Is he bad? Oh, look, he's good and he's totally cool. And, like, oh, now he's gone.
That was one thing that felt a little drawn out, was Elena trying to get to the main console with the falling, and it seemed a little. She was sometimes very, like, scattered and skittish and understandably terrified. I'm not trying to say that she should be more like super strong. I got this, no problem. But some of the times that kind of wore on me a little bit. It was almost overdone.
Okay.
Right? I mean, very incredibly minor gripe.
Yeah, 'cause I actually didn't buy. It felt very more real.
It felt
almost,
real, so and that's why it's okay.
compared to like most, because she was strong and she was always trying to get
I
to where
still
she
really
was,
liked her.
but it was like, oh shit, like I'm in the middle of like this crap.
Well,
right?
like I liked even that she recognized that something was wrong with the airstrike or
yeah,
the bird Maximal.
played by Michelle. Well, yo,
Yeah, recognized something was wrong with that, and definitely showed how much she knew. It was very cool to see her finally be able to move outside of her shadow of her terrible boss, who was totally taking advantage of her knowledge. So there was a lot of cool wins. Like I really did like her for sure. But that was just, as I say, a minor gripe. That the whole scene there seemed like there was so much going on, and that one was just like a little too.
Well, Unicron had to come through.
Yeah, I know. You had to have just a little bit.
Just the tip.
Just the tip showed up.
Popped out.
I know. Just that little bit of a tease.
Yeah, right. So the
that made me so happy though. By the way, that not the tip. I was already happy with the maximal. So, you know what? Whatever. The tip was too much. The tip was too much.
It was a big tip.
It was a very big tip. But when Optimus goes and tries to sacrifice himself, but then you still had that connection, and then you ended up having all of them show as a team and really trying to trust each other, and really showing that they're not just looking out for each of their own, but having that connection there was really cool. And then with them, the just enough to get out of the force field, and then Optimus quickly transforming and running away. Like I just, that was actually really cool.
Yeah. Well, I like too that the idea that the reason why he was potentially able to get away from him though was because Noah was on the back and using the jet pack.
Yeah, there was actual boost. It wasn't just sheer
suddenly
strength.
a semi was able to outrun this blast. It was like
supernova.
Yeah,
no big deal. No, it was actually force. So on a science nerd physics level, it could at least make sense. You needed to have an extra amount of energy. Inertia. So that made me, it was really cool looking. So it was enough to break that field and then keep going. So that was pretty cool.
So like the spoilery super like tease for like potential sequels was not what we expected.
Not at all.
Not at all. Yeah.
Did that guy seem familiar looking?
He probably was in one of the movies.
Because I'm looking at him, I'm like, something to quote my son, this seems sus. Oh God, it feels terrible in my mouth.
Wow.
You know what?
I don't. This episode just like
I did swear multiple times. Okay. So, spoiler.
The big spoiler for the tease to come was beyond what I expected. I didn't expect this to happen. I didn't expect that when Noah gets like questioned basically by a government agent at the end, he flips a card over and it's G.I. Joe. It's fucking G.I. Joe.
That was 2. Did you take mine? Wait. It was fucking G.I. Joe.
Yeah, like.
But on a wonderful note, his brother's healthcare was paid for. It made me so happy.
Because it was G.I. Joe,
It was G.I. Joe. Yeah. Oh my God. So what is your theory that Noah has designed?
Well, because I was saying on the drive home, and then later actually Justin's Prime had messaged me the exact same thing. That then the Transformer suit that Noah was wearing looks very reminiscent to the G.I. Joe suits in the first G.I. Joe movie.
Yeah. Right? So now we're blaming Mirage for this.
Yeah.
Transgression.
Yeah. So I don't know, does this mean that we're going to get a G.I. Joe Transformers crossover?
Is the government agency not going to be so terrible when the Transformers have to deal with humans?
Are we going to be dealing with a bigger, like, that was the thing that I was wondering, like, is it going to
Have they ever done anything crossover-wise, or was it just...
in the comics and stuff, yeah. So... yeah,
that was, like...
Because I asked this only because of the fact that like, they haven't been able to get a G.I. Joe movie to work.
So it's like, don't fuck up Transformers.
Right?
Just to shoehorn in G.I. Joe.
Like,
that's what I'm worried about.
Because they've had 2 G.I. Joe movies and then the Snake Eyes Origins.
Yeah. Oh, let's go watch that.
No. You know what? Hey, you know what? You got insomnia? Watch Snake Eyes Origins.
Just miss.
There you go, Jesse.
You need to watch that.
Snake Eyes Origins. That thing
Solve
actually
your sleep
put me to
problems right there.
sleep. But yeah. So I don't know what, like, I think that's a weird thing with this whole universe. So this is gonna be my gripe about this universe. So like, Bumblebee and now this happened before, but like it feels like then they're just like prequel sequel to the existing, like,
so are they gonna do that
5 movies? And like, does this mean that like the G.I. Joe stuff is just like continuing on within that? Like, there's a lot of questions.
Let's not make terrible assumptions like that.
Yes.
That they're connected.
That's fair. Yeah, I get it. No, but you know what? This movie I liked. It was one of those summer blockbusters. Like, is it going to win awards? No. Is it going to be on a multiple watch list? Maybe.
I could see watching it again, but it definitely, it deserved the big screen. It was awesome to see. It was loud. It was entertaining.
Yeah.
It flew by. It kept my attention. Never once when I was like, oh my God, I never eye rolled at it.
Yeah. I laughed.
You know, I laughed. I
saw some epic robot destruction.
I was worried and upset. I was cheering. I was not literally, but like, fuck yeah.
There was like tons of maximizing.
I was excited for all the maximizing, you know. Yeah, no, I really, really did enjoy this. That was a good start to the summer blockbuster season, because we have so many awesome movies coming up. And
it feels like it already started with Guardians.
It did start. May started it right out the gate.
Right.
But,
it was just like...
Well, I was telling a coworker about movies, and he was like, damn, you just keep having these hits. Like, I don't remember the last time you said you really didn't like a movie.
I know, that's what scares me.
I know, like waiting for the first...
What's the one that's going to just like completely be like, oh...
If it's Barbie, so help me.
You know, it might be Flash.
Oh no, I'm not surprised about that.
As long as it's not Indiana Jones, that's my worry. I'm worried Indy.
It could be Indy. Flash, I don't have really high expectations for the Flash.
That's true. We're going
for Keaton.
And like
I mean, if it was not Keaton, I would watch it on streaming. I had already decided that I was going to do that because...
But
what's
like
his face?
Affleck is in there too, right?
And I really love him, but I'm afraid that the amount of Affleck that's in
I think he's only in the movie for like 10 minutes.
Is the trailer?
I think it's like
that's
10
what I'm
minutes.
worried about.
Yeah.
So I know that that's not going to be the bulk of it. I know that the bulk of it's going to be Keaton, and it's going to be just fucking amazing to see him on the screen.
Yeah.
So that's why I know I'm going for that. It's not the Flash aspect, but it was killing me not to support a Flash movie, but I also know how broken the DC Universe movies are.
Yeah.
So if it wasn't for Keaton, I would just be doing streaming. So I don't really have high expectations, and if it's entertaining and it doesn't have like what the hell moments, then great. The indie, I'm hoping, as long as it's better than Crystal Skull, I think we're fine.
Yeah. And Mangold has a pretty good track record.
And so far the trailer looks pretty rad.
Yeah.
So there is.
So then, is it going to be
a good chance?
Is it going to be Insidious? Is it going to be Oppenheimer? Is it going to be
that can't?
Is it going to be Mission Impossible?
Fuck you. Mission Impossible is being fucking amazing.
Is it going to be Barbie?
No, because I don't care what it is. It's fucking Barbie. I'm going to be so excited. So we're going to double feature Oppenheimer and Barbie. It's going to be the weirdest fucking day ever.
Get back from camping, and the first thing we do is
put on fuzzy pink things and gonna go watch a drama about nuclear
3-hour
war.
Oppenheimer.
And then we're gonna
they get a fishbowl cocktail and watch some Barbie action.
It's gonna be so exciting.
See, and then it scares me. Could it then be TMNT, Mutant Mayhem?
Or maybe, just maybe, we have an epic movie here.
Maybe.
I mean, it'll be so amazing, minds blown for everything.
That could be. That being said, though, there's not a lot through the fall.
So we're just going to be like really crying throughout that time.
Yeah, so we might be going back to Rad Ninjas come fall. Come fall.
Okay.
Hey, you know what comes out on the 21st? Cool.
What comes out on the 21st?
Secret Invasion. It's Disney Plus.
Yes, we have TV shows.
We get some Samuel L. Jackson back.
We haven't.
Some Nick Fury action.
We haven't watched.
We're going on 3 weeks without actually watching television.
TV for so long.
We watched a movie this weekend.
Yeah, it feels really weird.
And we're not watching TV at all.
Like, even when we weren't watching TV because we were watching hockey, and then we just stopped caring because we didn't care about the teams in the finals.
Because you know what? I'm sorry. I just can't dig Florida right now.
No. And I just still can't get behind the Knights.
They have gold helmets.
They have fucking chrome gold helmets. Yeah. They're terrible. But yeah, we haven't watched TV, so I'm very excited to have something like that, to look for. Well, since Mando, we really haven't had yes, we're gonna watch this TV. So
we're running out of television shows.
I know,
but I think that's a good thing because there's so many other ones. People are always like, "Hey, you should watch this, you should watch that," and we're like,
yeah, we don't time.
Do it. And then so we got Secret Invasion, and then August is Ahsoka.
I'm very excited about that. So excited about that.
That's gonna be dope.
Very, very exciting. So
Rebels sequel. If you haven't watched Rebels, watch Rebels. It's on Disney Plus.
I can't remember where I was now. I was at a work function, I think, and I heard someone say Rebels, and I was like, "Say what? I need to join this conversation."
You talking about the Rebels?
I was so are we talking about the Rebels
or General Rebels?
Okay, we could. Well, okay, yeah, I need to join this conversation. If you haven't watched it, oh my god! And I just went off, and I was like, "Wow, my nerd is showing." Whoopsies!
Need a wet wipe for that.
Good time.
So go check out. It's worth it. Transformers.
I mean, I'm assuming if you stuck around, you have seen it, or you.
Well,
if you don't,
pretty vague.
You never know. If you don't, I mean, well, no, there was pretty clear. There were spoilers, but their choice. They knew. If you haven't seen it, go see it. Because it deserves, even if you know what's going to happen, it still deserves to be watched because it was still epic.
We never said how it ended, so.
You're right, we didn't technically. So it's amazing. And if you have seen it and you stayed through the spoilers, I'd love to know what you thought as well.
Yeah, exactly. Hit us up in those comments, yo! That's what they do, apparently. So we had a whole discussion with Kiddo about media like this and how, YouTube and Reels and influencers and podcasts, they create so much sensationalism that, you really have to watch what you're looking at, because so much of it is just speculation and all that. And I'm going to toot our own horn right now because we don't have a huge listener base. We've got some dedicated people and y'all's awesome. But
shout out to the cool people.
Yeah, because
the raddest of rad people,
right? Raddom at the raddest.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
I like it.
Knights of Raddom.
Oh,
that's what
that's rememberable right there.
That's rememberable right there. That's right. But because we try not to be sensational.
Yeah,
and I think that's what stunts us from growth is because we're not on the next episode of Cup of Rad. We watch this scene and we speculate that there's going to be over 34 deaths in the next Marvel movie and blah, 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 blah.
All off camera.
It's just... yeah, right. But it's I don't want to do that. I just want to keep being honest and genuine.
Yeah.
And that's what I was telling Kiddo. I was like...
Yeah, literally, this is no different than if you were actually here sitting and talking with us.
Yeah, and grabbing a beer. You should grab a beer. Or maybe if you don't drink beer, grab a coffee. I don't know.
Grab something. Liquid beverage?
Yeah.
Opposed to a non-liquid beverage, I guess.
Yeah. Or if you really want, choke down some hot dogs while you listen to this. I don't know. Do you?
Couple hot dogs.
In this,
you enjoy.
Hot dog, nacho cheese. I don't know. Whatever your jam is. But that would be the conversation you'd be having with us. Pretty much about it.
Yeah.
So I think that's something that I prefer to be more authentic with our podcast, and I appreciate those that
like that,
stick around and want to listen to us ramble for however long.
We just want to be friends with everyone.
Yeah. We're like your
You just want to show us our nerdum.
weird best friends that like you don't really want to show.
You're like, I just am listening to them. That's the extent.
Yeah. And we love you for that, you little freaks. You little dirty freaks. So yeah. But come back. We will be back
We got
next
so much
week.
going on.
Next week we got the Flash.
The Flash. It's very exciting stuff.
It's been a while since you've had like weekly episodes.
I know. We're like here for you guys.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah. We got you.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. Have a wonderful day.
And remember, stay rad.